452. How are you doing? Welcome back in. Hello, everybody. How are we all doing today? I just woke up from a nap, so I'm gonna try and get the energy back. But yeah. Here, let me turn this down. This is a little bit loud in my ears. There we go. Okay. Okay. Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing? Exciting news. I finished editing and exporting my newest cover, All Eyes on Me. That's exciting. And I already scheduled it to upload on my YouTube channel this Wednesday, tomorrow. So look forward to that at 1:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. It should upload. I'll post about it on my Blue Sky and my Discord and everything. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I keep on going harder and harder with the editing, especially at like the beginning. I found like a free like curtain opening green screen video on YouTube so that it could like have the curtain opening and like all these like transitions and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. And my cat is just fucking going to town trying to bury their poop. Which one is that? Is that Sierra or Sprite? I cannot tell. So I said there because I'm not sure which one it is. My gut goes to Sprite though, because he's the one who usually likes to just bury his shit, literally. Let's see, what else? I mean, I got groceries, yeah. Yes, not yesterday, Sunday, but that's not really too interesting. I got Taco Bell. But yeah. We're gonna try and, last time someone said that at my stopping point I was about halfway done. Oh, Sierra! It was Sierra. Hello, baby. Yes, sorry. Last time, when I stopped, someone in the chat was like, oh, that's good, because this is actually like the halfway point of, Chapter 0. So, with that information, hopefully we should be able to finish Chapter 0 today of The Devil, and then I can buy Chapter 1, and we can play that one. Ho ho ho. Yeah, because I'm really enjoying this game, and I don't think, unless, like, there's, like, a hard nosedive in quality, which, like, from what I've seen, is not gonna be the case, it should be, it's gonna be phenomenal, so I am very excited for that. Here, we can go ahead and ba-ba-da-ba-doo, go to gameplay. Oh shit, I didn't pop out the YouTube chat. Hang on, let me pop out chat, and then let me go back, and then let me do this, and then we can make it small, and then get live chat, put it down here, and then we can open back up at the Devil and turn the master volume up. And yeah, let me know how I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, because that, I don't want it to overpower my mic audio, but also, want y'all to be able to, hear it. But I think that should be good. Let me know if the game audio is too loud or too quiet. But it should hopefully be, my mic should be louder if I'm doing everything right, which I hope I am. Okay. Yes, because where we left off was, we are this lady. We are Morgan, forget her last name. We're Morgan, who is a really cool lady who lies to cops and also to children she defended. She lives in a dystopian cyberpunk future where it's like so Big Brother that, most cases are pretty open and shut, because like even the guns have like technology in them that lets you like trace them like even more than like currently. But this murder took place with an old-fashioned gun, one of them old-school guns. So there's just the ballistic markings to go off of, which is very, very vintage. We're working with the cops, an angry gremlin chihuahua girl, and Hawks from My Hero Academia, basically. And now we're going to interrogate our client. This guy. So yeah, I'm very excited to get back into this. Yeah, this guy. We just walked into the counseling center. Should I move myself a little bit this way? I just want to make sure that I'm not blocking any of the... Yeah, that should be good. Just want to make sure I'm not blocking any of the text boxes for y'all. So I want y'all to be able to read them. Ooh, you've got pink eyes, sir. Sir, you've got pink eyes! Watch out! Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Jeez, that's just... Okay. It's depressing as hell in here. Yeah? Oh, she's so fucking cool, dude! Oh my god! She's so fucking cool, dude! Look at her! Oh my god! They need to liven this place up. Oh, like the... Oh! My art brain is going fucking crazy right now with like the blue halftones in here and the reflection of the blue and the gold pieces and the blue. Ah! It's so cool. It's so cool. They need to liven this place up. Oh, she's so fucking cool, dude. Carlos Flat, right? Here, sorry, I gotta make it. Carlos Flat, right? I forgot to pull up my fucking... There we go. Hope you don't mind if I get comfortable. We've got a lot to cover. But this shouldn't take all night. What are you... Look, I already told you people, I'm not a cop, Carlos. Furthest thing from it. I'm a lawyer. You're a lawyer, in fact. Carlos is kind of... And I'm here to help you. Why? He's dressed like fucking... What's his fuck from Fruits Basket? The tsundere cat boy. Fucking... What's his face? Yeah... What voice should I give him? Yeah, well... They said that too. All of them did. Back there, in here, kept repeating it the whole ride over. They said they were going to help me, that they knew this was all a mistake. But then they said that I killed. Acting like they were on my side and they thought I could have... That I... Colors... It's not their job to help you, Carlos. But it is mine, and I'm here now. He's still in shock. I need more information, but if I approach this the wrong way, he'll just clam up even more. I'm sure you're exhausted. It's probably difficult to think, let alone speak. But I'd like you to try and answer a few questions. The police already questioned you, I'm sure, but they were treating you as a suspect, not as a client. Okay. So what do you want to know? About you. Let's start simple. Something mundane, grounded, roads. I'd like to know a bit more about you first, Carlo. Why did I say that about your first? I'm like, wow, that's a bit personal information. I'd like to know a bit more about you first, Carlos. Something like, what line of work are you in? I'm with city engineering. Or I was, or they should be. as I thought. The police must be convinced he mapped the optics blackouts using data he stole from work. My arm, I got it slotted for the job. And, Carlos, I'm gonna need more than that. So what do I know? Works in city engineering, not a desk job. Ray said he was modded for work, and that arm must be in custody at the moment, but based on his shoulder, it'd have to be pretty... utilitarian? Yes! Got it right! Fuck yeah! Utilitarian, yeah. He doesn't strike me as the type who's enamored with the aesthetics of modding. The young and the restless and the rich, swapping in neon and chrome limbs because they like the way it looks. Or the way it makes other people start looking at them. No, he's pragmatic, grounded, and... Sorry, I'm just double-checking the audio levels that it's not overwhelming. I'm gonna... Just a little bit more. That should be good, that should be good. I'm very paranoid about it being too loud. No, he's pragmatic, grounded, and very unlucky. In which case, I should be too. You know, my brother wanted to mod. Really? Really? I don't even have a brother! Morgan! Morgan is fucking iconic. I love her. She just lies so much. She's like, yeah, my brother thought about getting, like, earlier in the last stream, she's like, who's the Heartbreak Killer? And they're like, you don't fucking know. And she's like, in her head, like, I know exactly. And then in this one, she's like, oh yeah, you know, my brother was thinking about getting mods. And he's like, really? And it's like, I don't even fucking have a brother, idiot. He had everything planned out. Whole career path of promotions and bonuses and the upgrades they'd afford him. And then came his 18th birthday present. Test results politely informing him that he's not a viable candidate. Oh, that sucks. I think he felt relieved, actually. Seemed like it was a weight off his chest. Like, he was glad that he didn't have to choose. Does that make any sense? Yeah, I think it does. I always figured if I'd start at all, I'd start small, a hand or an eye, test the water. Never thought about lobbing my whole damn arm off, but the recruiter was enthusiastic. He said, because of the NCDA, there was a financial aid and resources. Of course, that darn shit can, so now me and every other modder's royally screwed. Couldn't even let me keep the tax credit. Oh shit. The New Citizens with Disabilities Act was amended, not repealed. But I doubt he'd appreciate the distinction at the moment. I work the tighter spaces, the high volt environments. Mostly canopy upkeep. Yeah, the canopy again is they built like a sky highway, which is now becoming the only mode of transportation now that the subway has gotten flooded for some reason. The water levels are rising, and no one knows really why. Typical stuff for modders, you know? He's speaking freely now. Don't need to do much more than repeat his words back to him to keep him talking. But the right word choice here or there can still make a difference. Do you work on the canopy? You must be... under a lot of pressure. You must be under a lot of pressure now that the subways are cordoned off. Oh, damn straight. And this crap with Long? Once word got out that the case against him was real, every desk job in the chain became terrified of their own shadow. All of them convinced that the internal affairs is gonna come knocking if they misplace so much as a paperclip. Everything by the book means no room for compromise, no room for problem solving. No room for engineering? Yeah. And no patience for screw-ups. He's trying very hard not to look at his shoulder. Why aren't you wearing your prosthetic right now, Carlos? Yeah, that. Rejection issues starting last month. A lot of sleepless nights. Rejection? Did the therapy not take? Therapy. Mod therapy. The process of adjusting the human mind and body for the unique challenges and stresses that come with cybernetic body modifications. Typically includes physical therapy, mental technique instruction, and sensitivity training. Depending on an individual's viability or lack thereof, medications or even minor viral tuning may be employed to modify the body's immune response, but improvements made in recent years in medical sterile alloys have greatly reduced the percentage of the patients that require such treatment. Okay. It's not like that. I wasn't oozing pus out of my socket or anything. Then, do these rejection issues have anything to do with your scars? Not in the way you're thinking. Huh? I'm right-handed. What? So those cuts on his face are just from shaving? Buddy, never thought this would go on so long and have to learn how to relearn how to do everything. I mean, the problem started small, trembling, but then spasms, just oversensitivity, they said, an easy fix. But then the problems got bigger. Couldn't let it get that far. You need to be able to trust your own hands when you're on the job site. Drop a cutter at the wrong moment and people could get hurt. So I sat down, made an appointment, turned in my arm, and watched my case get placed at the back of the damn line. Where did you turn it in? Some mass turnaround chop shop with a waiting list, like you wouldn't... It doesn't sound like you're a happy customer. Hell no! I'd found a dozen other clinics with shorter wait times. As long as I'm renting and not owning, the manufacturer decides where your arm gets maintenance. How Industries Hapless 2085 mechanical limb boasts impressive grip strength, dexterity, and low cost of maintenance. The success of it and its sister products went a long way towards securing state contracts for How Industries. Submitted 5 weeks ago at a How partnered prosthetic adjustment clinic. Average waitlist duration of 40 business days due to user-reported sensitivity issues. Okay. Sorry, I'm so fucking paranoid about it being too loud. I'm gonna make it 30, that should be good. I keep on going like, that one should be good, and then I'm like, but is it good? I don't know if it's good. I think it's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm not gonna fuss with it anymore. And that's why I'm sitting here with this expensive ass stump for a shoulder. I haven't been able to work in weeks. Bosses were generous enough to say my position might still be there when I've got 2 working arms again. You couldn't buy or rent a replacement yourself just in the meantime? You think I had the fucking money for that? I serve at the pleasure of the state. And they've got exclusivity contracts with Hindi, all locked up white-knuckle tight. Hindi? How Industries? Hindi. How Industries is the world leader in the research, development, manufacturing, and fitting of cybernetic prosthetics for commercial and private use. And we're hiring! We're seeking motivated and passionate archivists, programmers, salespeople, and college graduates with degrees in digital archaeology, cybernetic anatomy, and more. Not interested in sponsored search results, see further with a premium account. Yeah. So, How Industries is also known as Hindi. Hindi? How Industries? As I recall, he's registered with one of their Habalist models. I took one step on site with uninsured tech. Forget the fines. I'd lose the down payment and my arm. I'd never work in this city again. That's fucked up. If this was last quarter, maybe I could have worked something out with management, but like I said, no one's sticking their neck out for anyone now that Long's in deep hot shit. You mentioned discomfort. July 8th, B-. He dislikes cashews? What the fuck, man? Student debt sizable? Damn. Are you in pain? Pain will come and go. It's the itches that'll kill you. And the phantoms come back pretty fast when I don't have anything. Phantom pain. Yeah, pain or discomfort that the brain experiences as coming from an amputated part of the body. When stimuli stops coming from a part of the body that is no longer there, the areas of the nervous system that were previously devoted to processing those sensations reconfigure themselves to still be of use. Occasionally, the brain mistakes this new sensory processing as still being associated with pain or sensation from the amputated limb. Because of the large mental element at play, therapy for phantom pain reduction necessarily involves psychological conditioning and often the use of prosthetics. Phantom pain has been more widely experienced and understood as a result of the spread of the body modification movement. Debate over whether the modern scene has increased or decreased public empathy for amputees and the disabled remains contentious. Did you mean phantom visions? Phantom visions are caused by faulty insulation on cybernetic eye mods, resulting in periodic electrical discharge across the retina. Ugh. Schedule a consultation immediately if you suspect this applies to you. Yeah. Users also frequently search for my mod hurts, mod are itching. Is my arm haunted? Is my arm freaking haunted, dude? You just know that there's like some YouTuber, some like child-friendly YouTuber in this world who's making like content that's like, my cybernetic arm came to life and tried to kill me, and it's all fake, but obviously like the kids watching don't know that, and so they are like fucking terrified. You know that's happening somewhere in this world. Arm-shaped attachments to me. Didn't they give you something to, well, wear in the meantime? Something the clinics lend out for cases like this? What they gave me is a deadweight, 3-jointed landfill bait piece of shit! Sorry I asked, man. Sorry, it's just, it's a very shitty feeling, having a part of your body that you know they cut corners on. It fits, it's compatible, technically. I can slot it in and feel on balance again. But the fingers don't even bend and the quick twitch motors are way off. It's like walking around with your arm asleep, or dead. Ugh, yeah, that doesn't sound fun. So, were you wearing it when you were arrested? Were you wearing it when you were arrested? No, I wasn't. But I'm pretty sure I saw the police bagging it as evidence, so... Affordable model customers frequently cite issues with finger articulation and quick twitch movements. Records to show Carlos Flat was provided this model while his habilis was being repaired, but he claims to rarely wear it. Okay. Can't have gotten too far. So Detective Reyes was being quite literal about how he was found. He had the victim's blood on his left arm only, because at the time in question, he didn't even have a right. No inconsistencies in the story so far, and he's opened up about as well as can be expected. But this has all just been a warm-up for both of us. Whoa, now comes the delicate part. Carlos, you and the victim were romantically involved. How long did you two know each other? Right. I've known her since college. We shared a few classes, some mutual friends, always got along. Eventually, we just got together at some point. Guess I never actually asked her out on the real formal way. Sounds pretty cowardly saying that out loud. Diane, she was in genetics, focused her studies on agriculture. It always takes them a few tries to get used to using past tense. Wikipedia gets it right away. Just finished her post-grad work this year. Got hired right out the gate, practically headhunted. You believe that? Practically headhunted. Of course she was. Any company would be lucky to have her, unlike... It was a real-ass job. Paid real-ass money, too. Paid ass money? So her career was starting to pan out, right as yours had fallen into the mother of all slumps. Where was she hired? Pedigree? No. Perigee Laboratories. I say that like the name matters. The whole setup's under Harco's umbrella. That doesn't narrow it down. The Harvest Corporation grows 1/3 of the soybeans and corn in the entire country. One client that size, the lab wouldn't need any others. Now, no corporation earns the mega prefix without a little throat cutting, but Harco is about as tame as big business can get. Predictable, like the seasons. Nobody's gonna buy that they had some lab tech murdered because of corporate greed. Had she adjusted well to her new job? Yeah, they loved having her there. She never mentioned arguments or disputes, corporate politics getting rough? I don't think so. Not like I've been a good listener lately. But I never got the impression that she... Hang on. My glasses are fogging up. Oh, look. No one I know could do this to her. And there's nothing she could have done that would deserve what happened to her. It was a long shot, hoping for a disgruntled... It's me, Grunglestein! It was a long shot, hoping for a disgruntled character from her past to shift blame onto. But with no other suspects, I can't just reshuffle the detective's suspicions. I'll have to disprove their arguments entirely. Huh? Thank you, Carlos. That was very helpful. It was? Now, I'd like you to try and tell me whatever you can about what happened tonight. Oh. Start at the beginning and take your time. The details are important. Alright, Miss, Morgan. I'll try, Morgan. When you're ready. We were arguing. We had been arguing a lot lately. Arguing about stupid stuff. I haven't been working, haven't been making money, haven't been pulling my weight. I was mad at myself, but more than that, I was jealous of her. Jealous over nothing. Jealous over goddamn money. The reports say that you were arguing around 8 p.m.? 8? Yeah, must have been when we started. We got into it, and I said a lot of things that I shouldn't have. And I said one thing that I really, really shouldn't have. I crossed a line, and we both knew it, so I left. Ooh. You left? Yeah, walked out the front door. Thought some fresh air might help me cool off. Help me figure out what to say to make it up to her. Of course, the air wasn't fresh, just humid. Thick like mud. Oh, I fucking feel that right now. And while I was sorry. And while I was pissing against this tree. What? Sorry. I'm mature. And while I was pissing away while I was pissing on that tree. Sorry. Fuck. I'm mature. I'm normal. We're normal here. Well, while I was pissing away that time, Diane was. Did you bring your phone with you or any other electronics? No. I kind of stormed off. Didn't even take my key fobs. Didn't even lock the door behind me. With optics down, traffic and street level cameras won't help him. That leaves... Did you go through a checkpoint or talk to anyone with modded eyes? Did you buy anything? Cash or credit? No, not even a vending machine. Not even a damn vending machine, huh? I may have met my match. How can anyone be this unlucky? That's quite unfortunate. I just wanted quiet at the time. Wanted to wallow in it, really. Sorry if I don't have all the details quite right. My head is... But if my exact route would help, the cams probably... What? What is it? Optics was... What? Can that even happen? And there's no other proof that you were out at the time Diane was killed. Sounds like Danganronpa music. Fucking jamming, dude. Okay, anyways. Ah, fuck! I didn't mean to do that, no. Okay. And there's no other proof that you were out at the time that Diana was killed. Diane was killed, sorry, not Diana. Meaning you've got no alibi. This isn't... this can't... Listen, I didn't do this. I couldn't. Carlos, shut the fuck up. I'm the one person you don't have to try and convince. Oh, shit. After all, I'm your lawyer. So let's just get it all out there and see what we've got to work with. Right. No, I'm Morgan. Phoenix Wright is another guy. Stupid joke. Now, you said you left to clear your head. So what made you come back? I came back because I heard a noise. A loud noise. Didn't know what it was, but it was loud and it scared me. Oh, it's cool, like zoom in. And it came from the direction of our apartment. I was walking back at first, but at some point I must have started running because when I got out back, I was so out of breath. Hello, got pointed in this direction by Ninth Circle. Hello, welcome in. Yeah, we're about, just a little over halfway through Chapter 0. This is my first time playing it. I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, welcome in. Grab a seat. Something dropped in my chest and my lungs wouldn't... You live on the first floor, right? Yeah, first floor apartment, street facing entrance. I love seeing people play this. Honestly, once I have played through it myself, so that, you know, I don't get any spoilers, I am definitely gonna watch some playthroughs of this because this has been very fun. And I would want to see like the voices that other people give them, and like it's very fun. Yes, so we were proud of that when we first moved in. Like it was some kind of big deal. From the hallway, I saw her, but I didn't realize. I never thought that she was... The lights were off. The whole room was a mess. I thought we had been robbed, or she had fallen, or there was broken glass, furniture knocked over. And she was... I called her name and she didn't move. I checked her pulse and she was still warm. Her blood was warm. And I saw the gun. It looked so heavy, but I thought it had to be fake because I didn't want it to be real. Is that why you picked it up like a fucking idiot? What? Pick it up? I didn't touch that thing. Oh! Ooh, but the cop said you did. I didn't shoot her, damn it! Doing what I do, you hear a lot of lies. White lies, blatant lies, hasty lies. Bad lies, especially. For me, it's always been easy to spot a lie, but it can be hard to know what to do about it. I have all the proof I need in my files, but he's nervous and defensive. And none of this works if he doesn't trust me. Heads up, stay up to date on the details of evidence by checking your phone. If your clients notice that you don't know what you're talking about, they'll stop giving you any credit. No! You did touch the gun, Carlos. That's just a fact, because of your prints. Your fucking prints are on it, man. It's a fact that your fingerprints are on that gun. What? But I didn't do this. I wasn't thinking. I was just... Carlos, all I'm saying is that you picked it up. That's all. Would you believe me if I said I didn't realize it was a gun? That explains how his prints got on the gun, but not in a way that would satisfy the police. Still, if all he did was hold the gun... So stupid. I know what a gun looks like, but seeing it in my own home, right in front of... You were in shock, Carlos. You still are. The police came in sometime after that. I don't remember much of what they said. Things started moving fast, it seems like. The rest of my night went probably the way you'd expect. Shitty? Yeah, shitty. Carlos, you admit to having a verbal argument with Diane, but you said that you were surprised to see the room trashed when you got back. To clarify, you're saying that you two never had a physical fight. What? Physical? We never fought like that! Did the police say that we did? They assumed as much. Which means they also assumed that the room was disheveled well before the shooting occurred. Considering what Carlos has told me, what else did they assume? What is it? I'd like you to take a look at something for me. The crime scene. Oh. It's an AR module built from data taken as the police entered. So, right, it's just that. It's just data, Carlos. No grisly details. Okay. Let me see it. Take your time. All right. I think I've got it. That's how the police found things. I should go ahead and save while I'm thinking about it. Okay. Now, close your eyes and think back to how the room looked when you left. Try and focus on what's out of place. Alright. I'll take notes. You just say whatever comes to mind. I don't remember exactly where everything was. But, well, the mirror was upright, of course. And that clock was still on the wall. the chair got knocked over at some point, and the bed got tossed, the cushions torn, and the urn fell. Other than that... No, sorry, that's all that stands out to me. I see. Like, so? Fucking MS Paint drawing. She's like, as you can clearly see from this image. What's wrong? Something out of place? Carlos, you need to trust your instinct. If anything seems off, don't be afraid to speak up. It's just, I guess I just assumed your notes would be making edits to the AR? Morgan, artist extraordinaire. Look at this beauty that she created. Fucking sparkle in her eyes, like, my masterpiece. The more I learn about Morgan, the more she is an icon through and through. Well, I suppose that works too, if you don't want to see my fucking awesome art. It's up to you, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean... I think your drawing was pretty good, considering... I'd like to change the subject now, Carlos. Right. Let's talk about the letter that was found on your desk. Letter? What do you mean? I mean, this letter here. Do you recognize it? Because the police are calling it a confession. A confession? But this is just a note to self. Pardon? Look, when we fight, I lose my temper, say some things I don't mean to. So this morning, I tried writing things down so I'd have a script to stick to. So I could apologize to her instead of just fighting with her. Carlos, you say in the note that you hurt them? That's... Not the fidget tubbies, Carlos! How could you? I broke her fidget tubbies. Her what? Her fidget tubbies! This is fucking important, man! Ahem. Her what? Her oh my god, he's so cute! Oh my god! Holy I'm not if Nice Studio does not make these as a buyable product, whether it's a figure, a plushie, I don't fucking care. I need one of these in my apartment pronto. They're so fucking cute. What the fuck? It's like a little mouse and like a cat. What the hell? Yeah, honestly, if I had these and my partner broke them, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be fucking pissed. I see where Diane's coming from. I see where she's coming from. Her fidget tubbies. They're these collectible ceramic character things. Oh my god, how many of them are there? I'm like immediately just all in on fidget tubbies. They're supposed to be like tactile. You use them as paperweights or conversation starters. Overalls and the ballerina outfit. I can't get over this. Conversation starters? She loved those little things. They're not worth a damn. You can buy them at any flea market or garage sale, but they meant a lot to her. I want 15 ASAP. And I broke them. Oh yes, we're They're so fucking cute! Oh my god. I can't get over this expression of just like it's like a very like the cutesy version of just like total head empty staring off into space. Like this one is kind of like, oh hello, it's me, but like this one's just like I love it. Not a thought behind those eyes. Collectible and fragile ceramic wait, the unexplained fucking ceramic pieces, that must have... There were 3 corpses in that crime scene. There were 3 murders taking place that night. We lost 2 beautiful soldiers. Yeah, the victim's personal collection was pulverized by Carlos Flat's replacement by his prosthetic the morning of the murder. Evidently an acquired taste. Not for me. I saw them right away and I'm like, oh wait, shit, there was more. There was more to that statement. And Morgan's lovely art. The mirror's upright, the clock was on the wall, the chair got knocked over, the bed got tossed, and stored. Okay. Oh my god. And I broke them. I mean, I was pissy at the time, but that goddamn piece of shit red alarm, I hardly know where I'm swinging it half the time. I got so angry, I just ripped it off and tossed it into my room, that cheap, dusty, worthless... Okay, let's... Fidget tubbies, Morgan. Get this right. Okay, let's say he did break her frigid duckies with his replacement arm. What does that change? Nothing at the moment. There's not enough detail in the note for me to prove what his intent was when he sat down to write it. But if the police insist on claiming it's a confession for the heartbreak killings anyway... I didn't even bother to sweep them up. I felt so... Alright, Carlos. Thanks for answering my questions. The song that plays every time the Fidget Tubbies are mentioned is like my favorite song in the game. The song fucking slaps, I don't blame you. Now, I'm going to call the police back in here and I'm going to get this cleared up for you. What? That's it? That's it? Oh, okay. Although, before I do that, I do have to ask, what do you know about the Heartbreak Killer, motherfucker? Love that it just cuts in for like mere seconds just for the bit. 10 out of 10 dev decision making. Honestly, yeah. Heartbreak? You mean that psycho that was trending all month? I mean, as much as anyone else, I guess. I haven't been getting out much, but I'm sure everybody's on edge. A guy like that out there. He shoots people through the heart, right? The police have kept the victim's appearances far away from any upstanding news sources. So unless he was already following the murders, Carlos wouldn't notice any resemblance to his girlfriend. I mean, she was shot in the chest, but that's just... that doesn't mean anything, does it? If he's this slow on the uptake, it's gonna be a real shock when those officers walk in here and accuse him of being a serial killer. I'll just have to squash that theory as quickly and definitively as possible. 4:04 a.m., June 5th, 2086. Let's go ahead and... oh, yeah, that's Flats rental. Yeah, currently in police custody. Oh yeah, I'm just adding that he discarded it in frustration. Yeah. Let's see. I didn't realize you could... oh my... Every fucking time there is halftones, especially animated halftones, I'm gonna go fucking nuts. I love it. I didn't realize you could smoke in here. Technically, I can smoke wherever I want. For a fee. Oh, I see. one of those, if I can pay for it, it's not illegal. Oh yeah, the sheer sense of style in Of the Devil is incredible. Really, it is. Like, honestly, like, the art style alone was, like, a good half the reason I wanted to play this game, just to get to look at it. I had so much fun doing the thumbnail for the VOD YouTube stream, where I recreated the style and put Pinky in Morgan's outfit. That was so much fun. Nervous? Don't be. Halftones for Smoke is so fucking clever. It is! It's so fucking clever and it looks so cool! It looks so fucking cool! Nervous? Don't be. I'm the one who's on the clock. Right. I'm sure this isn't your first time doing this. No, of course not. It's just the player's first time doing this. It will be my first homicide defense, though. Oh. Why does everyone always think the first time's so goddamn important? Why can't everyone just fucking trust me that I know what I'm fucking doing, okay? Hey, cheer up. I've got relevant experience in other areas. Oh. And, what areas are those? Other ones. You ever gamble, Carlos? No, ma'am. I never even go anywhere near loot boxes. Oh, shit! Are there, like, actual, actual, physical loot boxes in this future? Because that's fucking hilarious. Don't touch this stuff. I meant more like playing cards. Oh. Well then, no to that too. I've actually got pretty terrible luck. You don't fucking say! Carlos Flat correctly identifies gacha games as predatory and evil. Fuck yeah! Let's go, Carlos! No, don't fall into that hole of money that you just will throw for no, real gain. No! Could have fooled me. That's the thing, is that, I know I'm the type of person that, if I actually got into gacha games, I know they would work on me, which is why I haven't gotten into them. Because I don't want to spend money on them. I've actually got pretty terrible luck since the man with a dead girlfriend sitting in a police station accused of her murder. Yeah, he's like, man, you might not believe me, but I've actually got pretty terrible luck. Well, what I do is a lot like poker, Carlos. Poker's nice, because even if you're dealt nothing but crap all night long, you can still win. Which makes things pretty fun. I totally know how poker is played and the intricacies of it. Okay, so, do you have a good poker face? I like to think so. I also love that song by Lady Gaga. And are you lucky? Are you feeling lucky? Only when the stakes are high. Okay, Celestia Ludenberg. And, in this metaphor, we're playing poker, and the state's the dealer? If only. No, the state's more like the house. You mean... Yeah, I love that, hard cut of, the house. You mean, the house always wins? Yeah, I love the ominous droning for the house. Me too. The house. You mean, the house always wins? Yes. They're very good at it. Winning, I mean. That's why they're up there, and we're down here. That's why they're the house. So, what do we do? Also, why do you keep on turning on a wind machine every time you say the house? We play the cards we're dealt as best we can. Win more hands than we lose. Keep it up, and eventually, someone will come over and tap the dealer on the shoulder and whisper something in their ear. And then we'll be politely asked to leave. Morgan! That doesn't sound very triumphant. Oh, the orange did. Every time I see something cool visually, I'm like, so fucking cool! The house always wins. So our definition of victory is more like, don't lose. Okay? Thanks, Morgan. But I guess I was more asking, like, what should I say? Just leave all the talking to me. So that's the strategy. Pfft. What's up? What's up? You know there's a saying about gamblers with strategies? Yo, ready to confess yet? 'Cause I already woke up the DA. Hello! Carla's clearly not having heard the number one advice from every lawyer ever, shut the fuck up. Like that fucking, make some noise bit where it's like, as my client a perfect man. No, I killed him, yeah. What the fuck are you doing? Already? She must be new. The district attorneys have final say on whether or not a case is brought to trial. Only fair, since they're the only ones who actually end up having to prove the damn thing. Most of them prefer simple guilty pleas over long, protracted trials. And they all dislike having their time wasted. Unfortunately, then, you'll have to call them back, because my client is not guilty. And frankly, I'm not even sure you have enough to hold him here. Right! What she said! You've got a weird sense of humor, counselor. Different generations, I guess. Before my time kind of thing. I'm like 5 years older than you, probably. I'm very serious when it comes to defending a man's innocence, detective. Counselor, we have your client's written confession. His written confession. Let's start there. Okay, we'll be happy to. The thrust of every argument starts with the facts. What's already known and agreed upon. Public knowledge for every player at the table. It's pretty simple, counselor. Real paint-by-numbers stuff. See, we found a note at his apartment, with his fingerprints on it, apologizing for how he hurt them all so bad. Now, how are you planning on spinning that? Those are the facts. Oh, the upward, down, looking down angle at her, look with her cool face. Those are the facts. But I've been building up my hand all night. And now I've got the weapons to answer anything that they try and throw at me. Well, my client did write that note, and it was an apology. But not for murder. He was apologizing for... Analyze the facts that, as they're laid out, then thumb through the responses in your hand. Drag and drop the card that best answers the argument into the slot on the right. Okay. You can mouse over your opponent's portrait for a reminder on what key point you're answering. Okay. Agree or... ceramic crap. Wait, how... He was simply apologizing for this. The hell is that? Hell yeah. Win your first hand! Let's fucking go! I found myself asking that exact same question. What are we looking at here? Something from the crime scene? This diagram of the room. It's created from data you captured, right? Pure, non-GMO, augmented reality crime scene data, yeah. What's non-GMO? Not much these days. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Notice anything out of place? Yeah, the whole room's full of busted shit. Poor London, too old for anyone to get his dad joke. Yeah, it's non-GMO. What the fuck does GMO mean? Oh, right. I forgot you guys are fucking babies. Yeah, the whole room. Like his awkward expression after it when no one laughs or even responds. He's like, come on, man. He really is Dilfy Hawks. I'm just... Yeah, the whole room's full of busted shit. It's the scene of a murder. Full of busted shit, for sure. But I was more referring to the unidentified ceramic debris found in the western side of the room. The hell is that? Ceramic debris, huh? Must be from the vase that got tossed. Actually, that's not possible. Oh? Because that vase wasn't damaged. It's not possible for the debris to have come from the vase. Because that vase is still pristine. For me, London constantly teeters on the edge of chillin' hot and cringe. Exactly! That's why he's Dilfy Hawks. Because Hawks also borders on that line. I do like him. He is a very fun mix of... Yeah, he's seemingly decent, but then he's also a cop. Just like Hawks! No, yeah, he seems as cool as a cop can be. How is that? How is that possible? You fucking know, Carlos? Hello? The lady at that garage sale told me it was so old and delicate. Damn it. The one time I tried and thrift shop on my own. Well, so what? What does it even matter? If the vase doesn't have a scratch on it, then the debris must have come from somewhere else. That debris is what my client wrote that apology over. You're saying that confession was his apology for not vacuuming? I am. Because that pile of rubble is all that remains of the victim's collection of Fidgy Bob. Fidget attack. Fidget tubbies. Fidget tubbies! Back to this banger. Fidget tubbies. What he said. Yeah, that's such good fucking design to just be like, and fidget tubbies. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we're back. Mr. Flat broke the victim's ceramic figures by accident. And this impassioned note to self was just his attempt at scripting out an apology. Can you prove that? We're taking this seriously? As much as I wish we weren't. We're all in agreement that my client wrote that note. And we can all plainly see that there's ceramic debris at the crime scene. Now, since it couldn't have come from the vase, it must have come from the collectibles. Those things! Those things! Oh, look at her expression! Oh, I love the, like... those things. Simple, right? The hell are you on about? The entire room was trashed, as the ARCS clearly shows. Those fidget tubbies must have gotten pulverized during the struggle, too. You really gonna claim he sat down to write an apology for breaking his toys after gunning it down? I'm so gay for Morgan and so many other characters, to be honest. Real! Fucking real! She's so fucking hot. Okay. Not a bad train of thought, but I can do better. No, those collectibles were destroyed much earlier than that, and there's proof. Note, shaking hand, found in Flat's room, expressed a lot of guilt, rental, stiff and unwieldy, a dusty fidget, fingerprints. I think it's the rental. Just take a closer look at the rental you took into custody. Huh? One swipe of your finger should show exactly how devastating it was to the fickle buddy ecosystem. I love how she can't remember the name. I love how she's calling them a different thing every time. It's fidget tubbies. Are you a fan? Whatever. Ray's is a nerd! Hell yeah! Yeah, Ray's like, they're fidget tubbies. Not that I know or anything. It's just, I have a friend who's really into them, and she says that they're called fidget tubbies, and there's like a lot of different kinds, and like, you know, there's rare ones, and like, you know, I don't care about that kind of stuff, but you know, I look in the flea markets for her, for my friend. I'm not a nerd. You did take it into custody. I'm sure your techs found ceramic debris on it, yes? Well, now that you mention it, fine, whatever. He broke them with his arm while he was killing her. Happy? Overjoyed, because even a cheap arm's got an operating system that had logged the last time it was worn, right? Right. See, I happened to spot a footnote on the lab report. Said that rental hadn't been used since the AM. Whose side are you on, old man? It's gotten pretty late, sunshine. Just trying to save us all some time where I can. Well, thank you for your service. It's the only time Morgan will ever say that to a cop, and she didn't even say it out loud. Well, thank you for your service! Are you seriously buying this crap? Just look at how scrawled, how panicked this note is. You expect me to believe he was that upset over a fidget tubby collection? One that hasn't even been graded? Ho! Nerd! You know that they can get graded! I bet you know which ones get which grades, nerd! I bet you know which ones are the rare type! I bet you know which ones are the common types! Setting aside Detective Ray's surprising depth of knowledge when it comes to collectibles. You're correct. They held no real monetary value. It would be odd for Carlos to be so shaken over their loss. But so what? So what? After all, that's not panic you're seeing on that page. No, the only reason that note looks the way it does is because Carlos is fucking right-handed. He was using his opposite hand to write the note, man. Because Carlos is right-handed. Yes, I am. Did they not know that? Shouldn't that be on my permanent record or something? That's a good question, actually. I don't... like, I don't think... Because I'm left-handed, but I don't think that's, like, in my, like, records of anything or anything. Like, that's just something that I know. Like, I don't think there's, like, an official record that, like... Unless I don't know of it. Maybe in the future, in this dystopian future, there is, but... Yeah, I mean, you could just... Who knows? So the reason why that note looks like asylum wall scribbles... Poor sweet baby Carlos. Yeah, he really did just get fucking roped into this, and he's like, fuck, man. He's like, man, Diane's gonna be so mad at me for breaking all of her fucking fidget toys, and then he gets arrested and he's like, God fucking damn it! Is just because he had to use his left hand to write it. I tend to think better writing than typing. And I need to get used to using my left anyway. I just thought it could be good practice. Taking that into account, alongside the ceramics, your slam dunk confession is looking about as watertight as a fishnet. Oh, fucking get his ass! Okay, fine. Forget about the confession. Congratulations, counselor. You've established that your client's remorseless. Ooh. Now, let's get back to the reality of the situation. Here are the facts. We found your client at the scene of the crime, wearing a coat covered in the victim's blood, right next to a big old goddamn gun that just so happened to have his fingerprints on it. That's right, that coat is... What? You gonna claim it's not his? That he actually wears an extra small? That fucking hunk over there? Just trying to bait me in her typical low-key fashion. Her typical fashion, I've known this woman for like all of, what, an hour? The arguments won't always... As the arguments flow, you won't always have the stronger hand. Sometimes the best you can do is hold your tongue and avoid overcommitting. Oh shit. Try to lose as little credit as possible while you wait for a more favorable chance. Okay. She must have something. No sense playing into it. Oh, that little pouty face, like, She must have something. No sense playing into it. Something you'd like to ask me, detective? I'm just curious. What'll it be next? You gonna tell me he actually wears an extra small? You already said that. I guess, stay. Ooh. Gee, Carlos, do you? No. Yeah? Sure there's no evil twin you've forgotten to mention? Stay. There's no evil twin. Yeah, the game doesn't let you raise initially in an attempt to persuade players it's not always the best idea. That's good. Yeah. That is definitely something that I'm gonna have to remember, because I definitely, without this mechanic, would just be like, press. No, I'm afraid not. Not even gonna go for a mysterious third party at the scene of the crime? Yeah, I say attempt because many people have been unable to resist the siren call of all in, baby! Yeah, I'm gonna have to resist that call. To prove his innocence, I will need to get there eventually. But going there now without hard evidence... Stay. Can't prove a third party. Well... I mean... I can, right? Because he left. I mean, I guess that's not really solid proof. I guess stay. I have no evidence of a third person at this time. Oh, should I have... Damn right you don't. It's clear as day in the ARCS. It's clear as day in the ARCS. No evidence of anyone but Carlos being there that night. So keep dreaming. Oh no. It was obvious she had something there. Yeah, she did literally just tell you that she can't do that. It was obvious she had something there. I wasn't going to win that hand either way. But at least I didn't overstep and take any more damage than I had to. Okay. We're not contesting any of that, detective. My client freely admits to holding that gun. He picked it up in confusion after coming home to find a brutal crime scene. Which was not smart, Carlos. Hey, I'm doing my best, man. But not not illegal either. And that's all. He had a blood all over his clothes. Yes, he did. Right. Do you have those clothes on hand, by the way? The lab finished with them a while ago. What are you getting at? It'll be easier to just show you. Would you mind getting them for me? You know what? Sure, I could use the fresh air. Stinks of bullshit in here anyway. And here I thought the room smelled like... Psst, Morgan. What are you doing? My coat's covered in her blood. I remember that much. So doesn't that, like, make me look really bad? Just relax, Carlos. I'm pretty sure that's impossible. You're innocent. And that means that having more evidence will always help you, not hurt you. Really? In theory, yeah. Really. Not really. Yeah! Fucking knew it! Fucking knew it! Fucking knew she was just bullshitting to his face. Yeah, Morgan when she lies. Yes! My queen, lie some more. Plenty of innocent people in prison. People with bad luck, like this guy, or bad lawyers, not like this guy. People shouldn't count on the truth to come out easy. More often than not, it takes coaxing. What was that? What was it that reminded me of? Yeah, it's why lawyers always tell you to not say anything, because it's not going to help you, it will only be used against you. Yeah. Yeah, the same reason why you don't talk to cops until you have a lawyer, and you just say, I'm not gonna speak until, like, that's literally, because anything you say can and will be used against you, they're not fucking lying about that. It will be. What was it that reminded me of? Alright, here it is. One bloodstained jacket, fresh from the lab. So, what's your angle? You gonna tell us that this is actually just hot sauce? No. That would be silly. Well, she actually thought it over. So what the hell's your point? Hey! Sorry. Just got thrown off by the turn of good fortune. What good fortune? You should thank the detective for bringing you your jacket, Carlos. She's just proven your innocence. My client was arrested wearing this coat. He would have been wearing it at the time of the murder. It has the victim's blood on it, who we know died when she was shot in the heart. By a gun that happens to be an old world pre-tagging firearm. And so this coat proves that he couldn't have been the shooter. Is there a gas leak in here? In what world does that make any sense? Sense happens to be key here. I just need to draw their attention to what they can. For what they can smell, what you can smell in the coat with your nose, what you can see, what you can feel in the coat with your hands, what you can see on the coat with your eyes. I don't trust myself. Okay, is it... You can smell in the coat with your nose, you can feel the coat with your hands, you can see on the coat with your eyes. You did get an evidence update. Oh, right. Let me look at that. Flat's coat. Oh, yes. Okay. The coat that the suspect was wearing when taken. Blood on the sleeve that matches. No other details. Okay. Coat the suspect was wearing when taken into custody back from analysis. Blood on the sleeve matches that of the victim with 99.98% certainty. No other details of forensics have been found. Is there anything else? Okay. What you can see? What you can see with your own eyes? I guess we'll try that. Just tell me what you see. I see a coat with a lot of dead woman blood on it. And you? Oh, shit. That's not gonna work. Fuck! it's usually worth reviewing all the evidence that you had listed on. Sure, the truth is plainly there. This isn't the kind of detail you can see with your naked eye. Okay. Yeah, let me look at the, so... Okay, class 4 blood loss. Single bullet pierced the subject's sternum, left atrium and aorta. Death was instantaneous. Same handiwork as 5 labeled. Okay. I also want to reload to avoid the glass shards. Piece of glass with enough force to scatter glass shards. Vase, an unremarkable space, knocked over, weighty and sturdy, it remains featureless even after being tossed. Ceramic debris, found on the far side of the room. Pillar, oh, what's up with the pillar today? Case class, okay. AICS data, augmented reality crime scene data from the victim's apartment. Lossless captured from the following. Victim was shot from the room's doorway. No one expected DNA present. No one expected crumbs present. No one expected fingerprints present. No evidence of digital tampering. Okay. The coat that the suspect was wearing when taken into custody. Taken by lab techs for additional analysis, but the initial tests show blood on the left sleeve matches that of the victim. Okay. Revolver. There's fingerprints matching Carlos Baker. Carlos Baker flaps left hand with 99.91% accuracy. Wait! His left hand? What? Wait. No, that is right. That is right. The right hand is the one that's... Sorry. Okay, rifling marks. Previous heartbreak killers, no matches, any other archive forensic data. Okay. Flat's notes, sorry for everything. Can't say it enough. Didn't mean to hurt you or do what I did. Did not want any of it to happen. Can't stay in control when I get mad, but I'm not in control. I hurt people without meaning to, which I hadn't broken them. Didn't mean to at first, but I was hurting. Wanted you to hurt too. Didn't want to hurt you. Words aren't enough. I know that now. I'll take responsibility. Okay, flat's prosthetic. Submitted 5 weeks ago. Flat statement. The mirror was upright, the clock was on the wall, the chair got knocked over, the bed got tossed, the cushion's torn. Okay. Big Tubbies. Okay. The rental. The rental has discarded it in a frustration after smashing into the victim's collectibles, and he hasn't worn it since. Flat's coat. No other details. Okay. How do I reload? Oh yeah, reload. Oh right. You meant just like... Yeah. Okay, then let's try... Feel? Just tell me what you feel. I feel like I'm losing brain cells here. Were you hoping I'd just rub the bloodstain off for you? Okay. No. I didn't hope that. No, I don't want to save it. I want to fucking load it. It could also be helpful to review what Morgan and our others say immediately prior to the log. Oh, yes. True. That's fucking, yeah, what am I doing? That making sense. Sense happens to be a key here. Oh, sense happens to be a key here, huh? Just do me one favor, detective. Tell me what you smell. I don't smell anything except dried blood. Exactly. This coat smells like blood, but it doesn't smell of cigarette. That's what I've been smelling. What? Yes, Detective London, I was smoking earlier. Could you rejoin the conversation? Yeah, smells like bullshit. Is there a gas leak? The cigarette smoke? It's... Yeah, now that I'm like... it's kind of thing of like... It's like, what do they mean? And then you click the right one, you're like, oh! that's why they were talking about gas leaks and smells like bullshit and like... Okay. I've been listening. You wanted me to smell the jacket? If you would. Let's see. Oh shit, it turned me red! Huh. No gunpowder. Ooh! Oh! No gunpowder, you say? But how could that be if he was the one who shot the gun? What? Yeah, asking the local man who might actually know how gunpowder works instead of the angry Juninor. What about gunpowder? It has a smell. Oh, don't blame yourself for not noticing. This was before your time, you little tiny little baby. You can't be more than a few years older than me. Yeah, yet you were the one. So now you can't be more than a few years older than me, but a little bit ago, I was way older, wasn't I? But not before your partners, it seems. See, gunpowder's weak by today's standards, but it's still volatile stuff. Hard to store, prone to misfiring, and when it goes bang, it leaves behind an awful lot of evidence. The hell is she talking about, London? Modern firearms like the ones we carry use electricity, magnetism, even air pressure or sound waves. They've got more accuracy, more firepower, less recoil, less noise. And they don't leave behind any residue. Gunpowder residue. You talked my ear off about how difficult it is tracking down a gun that doesn't leave digital traces. But a revolver like this one? It'd leave gunpowder on the skin of whoever fired it for days. So then his coat. If you don't trust your noses, you can check the lab reports. I think if they had found any gunpowder on my client or his clothes, they'd have taken the time to highlight it. Well, whatever. That just means he washed off after shooting her, or he changed his clothes. No, because there's still fucking blood on there. That's not impossible. But it would be pretty pointless. Huh? His jacket and his left hand were blood-soaked when your officers found him. Would he really go through all the effort to get rid of something as subtle as gunpowder residue? Just to get the victim's blood all over himself afterwards? In light of these details, I'd like to formally request that you reconsider the charges Mr. Flat is facing. As soon as possible. Huh? Whoa. They're faltering now. Should topple over at any moment. The letter was mostly icing on the cake for them. But that gun is all they had to link Carlos to any of the shootings. So if it looks like he never actually fired the gun, I'll admit things were a little dicey there at times. But once I was able to grasp the situation, I also love what they do with like these shots where they'll like change all of the colors to be like monochrome, like pink or green. The smaller pieces fall into place easily enough. Not my cleanest work by far, but overall I'd say... Did she get a message? Wait, did they actually manage to find it? Something you'd like to share, Detective Reyes? You're good. Twisting the truth into knots, making the facts work for you. Thanks. But your luck just ran out. Because the net scrubbers found a cam active at the exact moment of the shooting. And right now, I'm staring at a photo of the killer. Oh? Wanna bet? A photo of the shooter? If she had that, we wouldn't still be talking. But I doubt she's just pulling this out of her ass. She's got something from the scrubbers. I'm not sure I follow, Detective. Didn't we establish that there was an optics blackout during the shooting? Sure, there was. But this isn't from optics. What? You always take a hit here. Okay. You just take less of one if you stay. Okay. I was about to be like, what the fuck? Good thing I held my tongue. As I thought, the scrubbers must have managed to dig up something from outside the network. Which means... Party's over, counselor. Feast your eyes on this. This definitive proof! You can tell exactly who it is! Look, you can make out all the details of his face! That's just a fucking silhouette, what do you mean? Yeah, feast your eyes on this, the tiniest, blurriest JPEG you've ever seen in your life. This should prove it beyond a doubt. What am I looking at here? Well, okay, the quality is lacking, and yet there it is. They managed to find a quarter needle of evidence in a whole city block of haystacks. What are the goddamn chances? No, with the scale their tools operate on, I guess the chances are, as always, in their favor. Alright, this isn't good, but it's a far cry from the worst case scenario I imagined. You could even say I got lucky, which means the stakes are, well, it's a little bit blurry. Don't look at me, I didn't take the damn thing. Technically, no one took it. Looks like at the time of the shooting, a neighbor was on their phone. Probably venting about how crazy the couple across the way was acting. But if their phone was on, its camera would be on. And so we managed to get this shot through the window. Where to begin? Far away, unfocused, ultra-low resolution, zoomed in, blurred, color shifted? And so compressed it looks like it's from another century. There were tools that could enhance this image any further, and I could count the pixels on one hand. And you could kiss its admissibility in court goodbye. Ugh. You can't honestly claim that you can identify my client from this image. And there's no way in hell you could get this past a judge. Yeah, you're probably right. We couldn't. But I think I know a DA who could. Either way, it doesn't seem like your client's leaving this police station anytime soon. That photo. What the hell is happening to me? Think I know a DA that could? Don't be so modest, old man. We have photo evidence of a left-handed shooter standing in the hallway at the same time the whole neighborhood heard a gunshot. Class code, yeah, no other personal details, photograph. Data recovered from an unknown citizen's phone camera at the time of the shooting. Because the camera was not set to photo mode at the time, the amount and quality of visible data was severely limited. File markers for post-capture multispectrum image enhancement indicate that the photo has already been cleaned up as best as possible. Okay. And who do we know that had the left-hand fingerprints all over that gun? You're referring to my client. You think? We've established he wasn't wearing his modded arm at all tonight. So he must have shot with his left. Yes, and we've also established that he's weak with his left side. A left side that had no gunpowder whatsoever. Forensics will never be perfect, counselor. Sometimes we miss things. Fuck off, London! Sometimes shit happens. Like, what do you mean? Sometimes you take a walk through the rain, and when you finally get to where you were going, still a cop. Yeah, this is why we say ACAB. Even London, the fucking bastard. You finally get where you were going, you somehow end up dry. But that doesn't mean it didn't rain. Ugh. All of which is to say, before judge or jury, photographic evidence outweighs the failed sniff test. Carlos is innocent. I know he is. But that photo shows a left-handed shooter. Carlos is innocent. That photo is real. If both are true, then that means the photo doesn't show what it appears to show. So, at a loss for words? Never. I'm just confused about one thing. Where was this photo taken from, exactly? Exactly? Positional data is usually only accurate to the nearest public router. If we DNon the phone's owner and ask them where, why bother with any of that? Ballistics and common sense tells us that the perp shot from the room's doorway. The front entrance of the apartment faces the south. There's a hallway that runs back to the bedroom. We're looking straight at the shooter, so it's pretty obvious this was taken from across the north window. From the north? If this is from the north, then why can we clearly see the... It's not that complicated. The neighbor who got shot must live on the other side of the street. Sorry, bird's eye view. Northern window facing the southern hallway where the shooter stood. Shows the western window facing the east hall. Okay. I don't trust myself. It's not that complicated. The neighbor who got shot must live on the other side of the street. So we're looking into the bedroom from the north window. If she's wrong, I should seize on the opportunity to start turning the tide. Northern window facing the southern hallway where the shooter stood. So it's the western window facing the eastern wall. Photos taken on the north. Showing photos taken on the west. Wait, let me check again. I feel like I don't. Okay, shows the west. Okay, north, south, east, west. Okay, so south. Wait. Northern window. Is that the northern window? Is that the northern window, or is... This isn't the northern window. The western window facing the east wall, the northern... There's a... Is the mirror in front of the northern window? Yes, okay. Take my poker chips! Yes, okay, good. That's... This game is, like, making me second guess myself. I'm just like, yes? Right? I'm afraid that's simply not possible, detective. This photo has to have been taken from the west. What kind of bluff is that supposed to be? The good detectives are misinformed here, and I need to take advantage of it. Time to press the initiative. The hell do you mean this was taken from the west? The autopsy tells us that the victim was shot from the doorway. Your officer's ARCS data tells us the precise location of everything in the room at the time they arrived. And now your photo has shown us the exact moment of the shooting. And you can now raise the ante on a hand up to the current max. Okay. Answer wrong and you'll lose more credit, but answer correctly and you can bank up more credits for trick your hands down the line. I see. And altogether, that tells us that this photo must have been taken through the west window. As long as you consider revolver, statement, it's gonna be a statement. So I'm gonna fucking, you know what? Max, fuck it. It was upright, motherfucker! Just take one look at that clock in that photo. Oh yeah, because the clock is still up too. You motherfucker. The clock? What about it? The clock, huh? Seems like London's got an idea. If he's mistaken, I can pounce on it to keep my tempo high. This photo was taken right before the shooting, so... Wait. Don't tell me that the time of death is wrong. I think I know this, but I'm still gonna save right here. The time of death isn't wrong. It's not. He's wrong. The time of death is correct. Yes. That's a good question, Detective London. But the answer's no. The autopsy, the clock, and the neighbors all agree. The time of death was 9 p.m. Right. No mistaking that. So then what the hell were you on about? There's a clock on the wall in this photo, analog style. And it reads 9 o'clock. 9 p.m., the time of the shooting. The hell's so special about that? Nothing. Well, there's nothing odd about the time the clock reads, but do you remember there being a clock in the room? Oh, fuck. What? Actually, I don't recall there being a clock. That makes sense. You wouldn't recall seeing a clock, because when the police secured the scene, the clock had already been knocked onto the floor. And... well, the only clock in that room is in the northeastern corner. And my client has informed me that before the crime, it was hung up on the eastern wall. Like so, you can see in this photorealistic image. What the hell is even that? What the hell is that supposed to be? An artistic rendition. I love how she's like, little sparkle in her eye, like, oh, just a little something I whipped up. It's, very distinct. If you've had information on how the crime scene was before the shooting, why didn't you just add that to the ARCS? And show you my hand? Just because discovery law compels us to share info doesn't mean we have to play fair, detective. Slip my mind. I'll do that now. The important thing is, if that clock was on the eastern wall before the shooting occurred, then this photo must be looking through the western window to see it. Don't start getting ahead of yourself. The victim was shot at 9 p.m., the same time that this photo was taken off of the shooter. But you want to claim that that clock was still on the eastern wall when it would have been knocked down during the fighting. You've got your logic backwards, detective. Your precious photo shows us that the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And there's one other piece of evidence that proves exactly how the cards fell. Debris near western window. Yeah, shards fell onto victim. Let me just double check. Said mirror was a low tech, hit with enough force to shatter shards of... Yeah, so it must be that she got shot, and then she fell into the mirror, maybe? That makes sense. I'm gonna also... So yeah, glass. Shards fall onto victim. Glass shards? What about them? Remember to ante up. Oh, fuck, I forgot. Well, whatever, I'll do it next time. You have to do it before you slot cards? Okay. It's worth reloading? Okay. Wait, shit, this is the wrong load! Fuck, this is page 1. Wanna load this one? Okay. Yeah. Glass. Glass shards? What about them? Nothing much, really. Only that they're on top of the victim's body. I love this fucking face, this like, you piece of shit idiot, you don't even know. And not under it. If the glass fell on top of the victim's body, that would mean that she was dead on the ground before the room got trashed. Yeah, smug Morgan. The fucking, like, It's Always Sunny meme where it's like, it's smug aura mocks me, but it's that one particular, frame of Morgan. Oh, shit. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would anyone trash the room afterwards? Well, that's a good question, Carlos. Luckily, it's the detectives who have to delve into the mind of the criminally insane, not us. Tell me, detectives, were there any signs of a struggle at the crime scene? At the other crime scenes? Other crime scenes? No, nothing like that. Those attacks would have been over in a matter of seconds. Love, love, love this track that plays in Morgan's on a roll. All of the music in this game has been fucking phenomenal. So, what did you think when you saw the mess in the bedroom? That this was personal, and things had gotten complicated. Shit happens. Shit does. Sorry. I tried to get through that, but that's just such a funny line of just... Shit does happen, detective. But in this case, it seems that there's been a general misconception about the order in which shit happened. So what if the room didn't get tossed over until afterwards? He still shot her. And we have a photo right here, the blurriest photo you've ever fucking seen. And I'm glad you do, detective, because that photo proves my client's innocence. Huh? Proving that it wasn't my client who pulled the trigger is difficult, and, maybe more importantly for all of us, time-consuming. Thanks to your photo, I can instead prove that it couldn't have been my client who pulled the trigger, because the man in that photo can't possibly be Carlos. Like hell it can't! The glass shards prove that the room was pristine at the time of the shooting. And we know that until the room was tossed, that the clock was on the eastern wall. Which means that this photo of the shooter was taken from the west. Back to this shit? That's impossible! The only hallway in that apartment runs from north to south. The only person with prints on that gun is your client. And the only fact of the matter is that he used it to murder 6 innocent people. You're a very honest person, detective. Excuse me? That's why you're such a shitty gambler. Fucking get her ass, Morgan! You've played your cards too early. And now I can steal the pot right out from under you. You're right about the hallway's orientation. You're right about the prints. And this HK figure has claimed 6 lives. But we aren't looking at the hallway in that photo. What? What we're seeing is... You're right, the hallway is a lesbian, but that's not relevant right now. What we're seeing is gonna fucking save the game again. Prosthetic in the shop for 6 weeks. Flat replaced right arm for work. Victim stand-up mirror, not digital. Worthless ceramics, wrapped by Flat's arm. No cams at time of shooting. Flat may have known. Flat's girlfriend, 6 HK victim. No connection with previous HK victims. It's not gonna be the 5 weeks ago. That's girlfriend, HK victim. No cams at time of shooting. Flat may have known. Ceramic smash at Flat in the shop. 6+ weeks. Flat replaced right on for work. Victim stand-up mirror, not. Oh wait, it's a photo. The photos of like taking a photo in the mirror, so it's like flipped. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, I'll reload, but it's not digital. It's just a. What's that? You trying the glass shards again? Sort of. By the way, do you recall where those glass shards came from? Yeah, sure. They came from a standing mirror. Her smug aura. Get fucked. A mirror that, at the time of shooting, stood across the room from the western window. But then, that would mean, at that angle, from that viewpoint, it would reflect the hallway. So we're not seeing a shooter with a gun. Ah! Get fucked! It can't be him because he doesn't fucking have a right hand. So we're not seeing a shooter with a gun in their left hand. We're seeing a killer take aim with their right arm. And, as we all know, my client hasn't had a working right arm in a number of weeks. And he hasn't worn his rental since this morning. So I meant what I said about that photo. I'm glad that it was recovered. Because it just proved that my client couldn't possibly have committed this crime. That should be the end of it. Except it looks like Detective Reyes really is a novice gambler. I really like this where her hair is all green. Sunk cost has got its teeth in her now, clawing up her spine, whispering wounded pride in her ear. It's cold sweat, hot palms kind of fever. The impotent, irrational fury of losing something that you thought was guaranteed yours. But lucky for you, Detective, I'm well versed in shock therapy. You look dissatisfied, Detective Reyes. That's one word for it. Then allow me to put a nice bow on everything for you. In summary, my client's so-called confession was just a note to self. The police found him in shock. Oh, this music fucking rules! The police found him in shock, reeling at the death of his girlfriend, and arrested him for being next to a gun he forensically couldn't have fired. After being confronted with these facts, you received photographic evidence of the exact moment of the shooting. Love how this visually fucking corners her. Yeah, of like Morgan just all around of like trapped animal race. Yeah. And instead of utilizing said photo to track down the real killer, you tried to claim it depicted my client, a man without the requisite limb. Aw, get her ass, Morgan. Ah, this is so fucking cool. And like the chips all like falling down with like the heavy like standing in an architecturally impossible hallway. He could have had a backup bomb. He could have stolen one. A little stubbornness can be charming, but this kind of desperation is ugly. It's getting late. Time to bare my fangs a bit. Oh, this fucking rules! That's the best you've got? Even a bare bones prosthetic off the black market needs to be attuned to an individual's nervous system. He'd have to bring it into a clinic, which would have left a record on his shoulder OS. A record you won't find. And he'd still have to somehow have gotten rid of it before the police arrived. SOP at the scene of a violent crime calls for a full spectrum scanning of the entire building and 100 meters around it minimum. So where, Detective Reyes, did he manage to hide a cybernetic arm from your drones in the time between the shooting and his arrest? I'm fucking like channeling like the... So you would have had to find Miss Wyndham with a gun in her hand to make your story plausible. Isn't that right, Chutney? Well? Oh, no! Art's so fucking cool. Any objections? Detective? God. Damn it! Fool! Get fucked, Detective Reyes! Get fucked! Let's fucking go! Yeah! Well, show me your hand, Flat. You're uncuffing me? In light of the evidence, we have no reason to hold you. Bring down the house, episode 0, client citizens, woo! It went away before I could beat the whole thing, but yay! Now I gotta go call the DA. And tell her I made a mistake. Oh shit. Not we made a mistake, huh? Listen, kid, you should know. Detective? Lost my train of thought, sorry. Forgot what I was gonna say, man. Woo! But hey, your attorney's a real tiger, and she just fought like hell for you. Make sure you thank her properly. Public defense doesn't pay that well. Yeah. That's kind of you to say, Detective, but my work is its own reward. Sure. I feel exactly the same, Counselor. What happens now? I mean, you go home to your apartment where your girlfriend got murdered? I'll have to speak with the DA about the dismissal, and there's still some paperwork we'll need to go through. But basically, you're free to go. Congrats! You get to leave the casino with your kneecaps intact. Yay! But what am I supposed to do? The detectives will continue their investigation. Their investigation into heartbreak, huh? You mean Hardy B? Yes. When the authorities are satisfied with their examination of the body, she'll be handed over to the... Why did I pronounce over like that? Handed over. She'll be handed over to the next of kin. And then you can make funeral arrangements. No, that's not what I... Huh? Diane being gone is bad enough. But a serial killer, it's like she died of the flu. It doesn't happen anymore. People die of the flu all the time, but Morgan's like, Carlos, you really think there aren't still anti-vaxxers, you dumbass? I know what you mean. I can't make sense of it. So what am I supposed to do? Hell if I know. There are some contacts I could give you. services, professionals, doctors. No, you've done more than enough for me. When you got here, I was too tired to even defend myself, to try and convince them that I didn't. You saved me. Thank you. You're welcome, Carlos. But it's my job to... No, I mean... Thank you for not asking. Yeah, Morgan's in her internal monologue constantly, like, wrong. And yet, in her infinite grace, she does not always verbalize it. Yeah. Just, Morgan's internal monologue is just a slew of just incredibly loud, incorrect buzzer noises. Huh? For not asking if I killed her. Oh, Carlos. I didn't need to ask. I knew you were innocent from the start. Of course he was. After all. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. What the what? 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 The blood's always different. What? Heart's always in the... What? What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Heart's always in the same place, easy to find, hard to miss. But the blood's always different. What the fuck? Morgan! A flowering stain unfurling towards an invisible sun. A perfectly unique bloom, only one for each of us. What the fuck is going on? A Rorschach test with a singular universal meaning, vitality at its climax. What the fuck is happening? Bursting forth into a red fractal consisting solely of an infinite the end. But the comical thud of a body hitting the floor. The hard eyes are very funny in this context. I forget. Comical thud of a body hitting the floor has its own kind of lowbrow appeal. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, in fairness, I know some problematic girls who are genuinely hard eyes over the idea of being shot by Morgan. I mean, if I had to choose anyone to get shot by, I mean, oh my god, Morgan! Bullet number 6 of 6, the gun's empty. What the fuck? Hey, I'm problematic, girls. It's useless to me now, may as well leave it. Feels like a waste, but whatever. What the fuck? This game is incredible! What the fuck? What the actual shit? What the actual fuck? Wait, yeah, there. Oh my god, wait, yeah, it is different. Please note the occupation must be, yeah, occupation criminal defense attorney. Criminal, comma, defense attorney. Okay, so for Heartbreak, she likes high places, gambling, guns, doesn't like noisy people, blood, or headphones. Hobby, batting cages. Okay, favorite dish, mapo tofu, cannot carry a tune. Yeah, she likes puzzles, smoking, wooden furniture, commercial hairdressers, jogging, can fall asleep in any position. Oh my god. Yeah, it also makes the intro extra funny because criminal. Oh my god! Oh my god! That's so fucking cool! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so we're for sure playing chapter 1 next week. We're not like taking a little break. We're playing chapter 1 next fucking week. Finding the ammo was almost enough of a hassle to outweigh the advantages. I could sell an untagged gun for a fair bit of cash, but cash can't buy you peace of mind. You've still got bonus scenarios after this concludes too. Ooh! Oh, don't look so surprised, lady. Moping around in the dark in here must have only been able to see my silhouette. Did you think I was her boyfriend back from an encore of that enthralling conversation? Can't ask her now. Oh my god. Hey. Yeah, you. These old pieces are so goddamn loud. The pause before lady as she looks right at the camera. Yeah! That's such a good, because like, for sure it's like, oh, you were so surprised? The dead body? I'm talking to the dead body, not the player, not the player. But also to the player. And people aren't even familiar enough with the sound anymore to know to run the other way. Probably roused half the neighborhood. But I didn't see anything I could use even as a partial suppressor on the way in. Could they really not afford some throw pillows? I used the other 5 bullets in outdoor spaces, in small spheres of blind opportunity that the city's eyes couldn't think to pierce. Cramped places, usually full of trash. But this room, as cheap as it looks, is at least clean, organized even. So the corpse adds a certain satisfying contrast. Holy shit. Except there's shit on the floor. By the window there are broken pieces of something fragile and tacky. It's fine. It's just one thing out of place. Actually, it's not fine. I'm gonna wreck this whole fucking place. It's actually really irritating. I kick over the stupid goddamn mirror! Holy shit! 5 perfect crime scenes, each of them not a speck of evidence, nothing to go on. And for the final shot, there just has to be some pile of shit in the corner, ruining everything. I kick the wall. Something falls from it, probably more tasteless bullshit. I toss over the chair, knock the urn, tear into the sheets with my frustration, and try to savor the shredding. If it can't be clean, I'll just have to lean into the messy angle. At least it will be consistent. Oh, shit. This was all so stupid. Honestly, I'm not the ego-driven type. In fact, I pride myself on my humility. Now, was it satisfying when the first 3 went down with single shots? Yes. But, so what? I'm not made of stone. After that, I did start to actively aim for the heart, but... ugh. Heartbreak killer? Really? Don't people have anything better to do with their time? What kind of miserable, lifeless voyeurs would obsess over something that's none of their business? All of the threads and breakdowns and the goddamn theory crafting. And all for the heartbreak killer. I love Morgan being like, I'm literally just killing people. Why are people so obsessed? Grow up. It's like, oh, you're like scared that there's a serial killer? Grow up. All for the heartbreak killer. Now I'm thinking, did she say she doesn't know the heartbreak killer? Because she's like, I'm not fucking going by that. No, we're not gonna call it that. Sounds like a soap opera villain from a season where the writers were on strike. Writer strike mention! I feel insulted by the label, but no, that's someone else's name. They came up with it. They spread it. They marketed it. Heartbreak's got nothing to do with me. He's just some reclusive, socially impotent loser who shot 6 people because... well... I'm sure people will come up with something. That he got rejected one too many times, or whatever. Me, I killed those people because I saw them and I wanted to. Oh, okay. So... okay. Understandable. Have a nice day. You're free to go, ma'am. And I've killed a lot more than just 6. At least the room is thoroughly trashed now. If I had just walked away after seeing that mess by the window, it would have irritated me to no end. And now that it doesn't match the MO of the last 5 perfectly, it'll irritate the cops to no end instead. Good riddance, Heartbreak. You enjoy your 15 minutes in the spotlight. Really savor it. This also makes it very funny how Morgan was like, 6 for 6, that's pretty good shooting. Fucking humble bragging. She's like, wow, 6 for 6? They must be like a really good shot. Whoever they are. I'm going home. The air's weighty tonight. Thick. Energized. A heavily foreshadowed summer rain I can feel on every hair. I can't fucking get over the concept of her being like, Carlos, it's okay. I know you didn't do it. I did it. And he's like, what the fuck? What do you mean? They call this kind of humidity oppressive, but I disagree. The warm tension on your skin, like in those short moments just after the shower turns off when the steam lingers. Yeah, it's always the most comfortable right afterwards. Maybe there's no disagreement to be had. Oppressive things can be comforting too. Only the guilty ones run. I don't know about that. But I know I've never felt guilty about any of this. Okay, cool. And I walk. I walk. I don't run. I walk. I walk with a purpose. 5:01 a.m., June 5th, 2086. Sorry, using my left is still... That's okay. You can just initial on those spots. I took a scenic route home, courtesy of our fine city's sprawling public transportation, and got in a bit after 11 p.m. God, I'm so excited to just have a character who's just, like, secret double life, killing people, and also hot as fuck. Yes! I was literally just about to say, yeah, Morgan's eyes out of frame, the looming over Carlos, the hand at his back, such good framing, it's such good framing! Just like, okay, just initial here. Had myself a thorough shower, drank a glass of milk. Ew, you are a psychopath, what the fuck? You drank a glass of milk? Ew. Sorry if there's any milk lovers in chat. Drank a glass of milk, did some stretching. Made sure my phone was on. Time went by evenly. Around 1... How'd you think she got How'd you think she got those, healthy bones? Yeah, no, she's got some pretty nice, healthy bones. Around 1:40 a.m., posting for public defender work came up. Decent rate, since it was so late and so urgent. Wait, so is this literally what she does? Is that she kills people and then, like, gets off the person who got accused? I mean, sustainable queen. She's creating her own jobs. I had wagered correctly that the boyfriend would have enough sense to ask for a lawyer, and enough debt that he'd need to be provided one. Oh, she's like, I was 5 steps ahead of the game, baby. How to start gambling, how to bet sports on phone. A gambler with a system must be, to a lesser extent or greater extent, insane. Oh, okay, because she quoted the first half of that, like, have you ever heard the phrase about a gambler with a system? I see. A gambler to a greater or less extent, insane. All I had to do was stay awake. There wasn't much competition after 1 in the morning. Okay, where else? Here and here. How did I phrase it earlier? Criminal defense attorneys aren't exactly flush with customers. why wouldn't I take on a job where I already knew more than the cops? It would have been easy to convince Carlos to plead out. I would have gotten paid the same, too. But easy is dangerous. Carlos was, of course, innocent, so his conviction would never be airtight. Yeah, criminal defense attorneys also not straight with customers. Yeah. There would be doubts, questions, appeals. Maybe even fans, depending on his looks. I mean, yeah. More attention on HK and his crimes. More headaches. A cold case rotting in the very far back of the public's awareness is always preferable to one open and shut in haste. You can't see it, but I was like fucking like evilly rubbing my hands together to be like, it's always more better. Now, with no more murders matching HK's MO, there won't be any additional public pressure to find a culprit. Carlos ending up with fangirls like, let my sopping wet pathetic hunk go? No, literally! Carlos has baby girl energy. Carlos has baby girl energy, it would be like, he'd get so many fangirls being like, he's just a will guy. And it would turn out that he actually was just a will guy. Now Heartbreak can just starve to death, out of sight and mind like any other fluke in the system. Almost done. Getting involved with the case this intimately does have its risks. Hell, I might have even overdone things here or there. Like lighting up a smoke inside an interrogation room just to make double... Bitch! No fucking way! The cigarette was all... This game is incredible. No fucking way. Just to make doubly sure I didn't smell of gunpowder myself. That London fellow seemed more fixated on it than I would have liked. But obviously, everything turned out rosy. This is such a good shot. Like you said, the framing on this, phenomenal. It gives such an energy. There's like Morgan is like so fucking intimidating back here, being like, fill it out. And it's worth it for the finality of it all. Seeing the authorities' failings from the best seat in the house, well, that's just a bonus. She's like, and I got to watch the cops look like fucking morons. Thanks again, Morgan, for everything. I'm sure Diana's... Well... Yes, and the thing is, Carlos is a bigger, heavier guy than Morgan, but here he looks very much vulnerable, awkward, and fragile, while Morgan is perfectly composed and in control. Exactly. It does such a good framing to make it look like she's, like, it really makes you feel her looming over him. I'm sure Diana's grateful too. Well... funny. I didn't even know her name. Fuck! She's cold! I love this game so much. Something the matter? No, sorry. It's just... I was mad when I left the apartment. I know she was too. So when she died... Death was instantaneous, Carlos. Trust me, you can trust me that death was instantaneous. I can't imagine that she was in any pain. In fact, I can guarantee she was dead before she hit the ground. No, I know, but I just keep thinking that she must have died angry at me. That she must have died hating me. Hello, Ivan Drago! Hello! We are playing Of the Devil. It is a futuristic, cyberpunk, dystopian, mystery visual novel. It's kind of like, Phoenix Wright-esque, but, in a cyberpunk future dystopia. And also we just found out one of the biggest fucking plot twists of, the game. With, presented. Basically, we found out that, Morgan here, who we've been playing the whole time, yeah, the conclusion of her breasts are... No, she just drinks her milk. She just drinks her milk. The conclusion of episode 0 is of a cyberpunk neo-noir visual novel with a protagonist of criminal defense series, so major spoilers. We just got like a major twist of a spoiler. To tell you the truth, Carlos, there's something I've been wondering about myself. What is it? Something I noticed in the ARCS data is that I didn't quite understand. Though speaking of fake boobs, do you think the technology in this 2086, where they have like cybernetic eyes, and do you think there has been like any technological improvements of boob jobs, or are they still rocking like silicone implants? I'm just curious. I just feel like that would be a really funny thing of like, oh yeah, I got boob implants, and they can play music. The piece of the puzzle I couldn't fit in anywhere else. You'll have to stay tuned for episode 1 to find out. I can't wait. But maybe you can make sense of it. Meds for modern non-lethal dose present. Right, the pills. That's for him, right? What is that? Boombox? No. Boob box. Where did you find that? That pill organizer was found on the victim. She had it grasped in her hand when she died. Obviously, the police added it to the ARCS, but it was quickly ruled irrelevant. Seems like it contained triprexazone, prescribed to help modders with phantom itches. They're small tablets, and those are tricky clasps, too, for a pill organizer. Could be hard to handle with an unsteady hand. No one will ever know what she was feeling when she died. Even if they did, feelings are complicated. You can feel angry, happy, and sad all at the same time. But as far as facts are concerned, it would appear that when she died, what she was doing was setting out your medications for the week. What the? Oh God, that's sad. That's really sad. To my eyes, anyway. Show Carlos what the victim was found holding. Hell yeah. Yeah, really twisting the knife. Yeah! Like, what the fuck, Morgan? To my eyes, anyway. Long night. Womp womp. I give 5 big booms. Boom. 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 5 big booms. Long night. Yeah, you're telling me. I was too far just now. Practically rubbing it in his face. It's not like I care about his feelings. Doubt I'll even see him again. But overstepping like that is pure hubris. And hubris invites a downfall. So why did I even bother? It was the last piece of the puzzle, I suppose. I'll just need to show more restraint next time. Though there won't be a next time for heartbreak. The gun's in custody, there's no more bullets left. There won't be a 7th victim. There won't be any more leads to pursue. The media will move on to their next obsession. I'll move on to my next MO. And no one will ever... Who the fuck is this? Found you. District Attorney Rockford. Oh, hello! Hello? Hello? Oh! Eto bleh. Sorry, can I try that again? I'm so fried. By all means. Ugh. Counselor Morgan, morning, noon, or night, you're always so... put together. I don't get it. She's perfect. I already love her. I don't get it. How do you sleep at night? Pardon? You do white noise? Aromatherapy? Oh, whatever you're doing, I need to steal it. God. God, I must have bags under my eyes dark enough for the dumpsters. Short, chubby glasses, scruffy, deep bags under her eyes, one of her socks coming out her down, like, yes! This is the girl fail we needed! This game has everything! It has girl fails, it has toxic girls, it has everything. Oh, I love her. Assistant District Attorney Emma Rockford. She's a prosecutor, the lawyer who argues for the state in court, trying to prove a defendant's guilt. And despite her sometimes unkempt appearance, she's probably the sharpest person to fill the position in decades. I should know, since I haven't beaten her once. Oh shit! Worse yet, she has the remarkable ability to compartmentalize all that adversarial energy and only bring it out in the courtroom. Now, all that and she is terrifyingly sharp. Fuck yeah! It's part of what makes her good at her job. And hard for me to read. Should I buy a new mattress? What have they got you doing at this ungodly hour, Emma? Rockford. Oh, her birthday's in February! February birthday gang! Assistant District Attorney likes coffee, toffee, and haute couture. Dislikes sunburn, dead pixels, and eye strain. Hell yeah. Eggs Benedict. Plays chess shogi. Idol savant stars, hell yeah. Cat person, yes, fuck yeah. Morgan is the day after Christmas, Emma's the day before Valentine's. Oh yeah, I didn't clock that. Why do I always forget that Valentine's Day is the 14th of February? Maybe it's because I've been single for, anyways. What are you doing at this ungodly hour? Oh, well, actually, I'm here for you. Me? Your client was a suspect in the Heartbreak killings. That's my case. Oh, fuck! Well, then you must have been relieved, finding out that you won't have to go to trial against me. No? Why would I be worried about going up against you? It's always the unintended barbs with her. So, you're working with those detectives? Yeah, London and the new girl, Reyes. They've been reporting to me in preparation for the trial. Preparation for trial? That seems ambitious. I guess they gave you the rundown. They've been doing everything they can, but it's hard to catch a killer who leaves behind so little. It's hard to kill while leaving so little behind. So, Reyes told you that they had HK in custody and you popped out of bed all excited to run down here? Hardly. I haven't slept in 40 hours. Not a cyberpunk unless no one fucking sleeps. Too much on my mind. So when I heard about a case with a single female victim shot through the heart, yeah, my ears perked up. But that's about all. Oh? I mean, Carlos Flat, a serial killer. Oh, fuck, she's got the cool pushing up her glasses anime pose! We don't stand a chance! The same serial killer that's outsmarted the state for weeks? She's not using his middle name. He was found with the murder weapon, but I can answer that any number of ways. Rental, stiff on the other fingers get banned, photo taken, right hand shooter, lucky shot. Let me look at found with the murder weapon. I mean, the same serial killer that's outsmarted. I mean, Carlos Flat, the serial killer, the same serial killer that's outsmarted the state for weeks. He was found with the murder weapon. He was found with the murder weapon, but I can answer that any number of ways. fun and yieldy, fingers can't bend. Taken at 9 p.m. Shows right hand shooter, unlucky shot. Victim's blood on sleeve. That may be true, but then I glanced at the report. You glanced at it? No gunpowder residue on him or his clothes. Fuck! Right. Too remorseful, too apologetic in that note. Whatever it was about. His dominant arm modded with documented sensitivity issues? Never could have made the shots that clean. Not without getting close enough to leave scorch marks. Not to mention, he's too tall for ballistic entry angles. And probably too heavy to not leave imprints. She got all that from a glance? But I'm sure a competent lawyer like yourself pointed all that out the minute you walked in here. Of course! The worst part is she's not even being sarcastic. Yeah, of course it couldn't have been him. Huh? Long-term relationship, physically imposing, argumentative, so not the type to bottle things up. Morgan was so proud of how much she worked to put that together, then Emma just glanced at it and that shit goes, yeah, no, he didn't do it. Yeah. He didn't match the profile. Profile? Yeah, Right, sorry. You've probably never heard of it. I know what a goddamn profile is. A profile is a reconstruction of a criminal's psychology based on the evidence of their crimes. That's when I would cry in a corner after the conversation, literally. Profiling. Profiling, did you mean profile? How to delete profile filtering? Trying to get your dating profile just right could be a full-time job. Let Valentine take the reign with our automated, secure, and confidential tools that puts your better-than-best foot forward and put the sexy back into finding the right match. Okay. Kind of fallen out of fashion in the last few decades. Not much need to guess about the why when 99 times out of 100 the who is being caught on camera. Emma's being absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but she's hot, so. Or before they even leave the house. I've had to find some real fossils and oddballs to get advice on how to go about it. But I think I'm getting the hang of it. Profiling. So this profiling, it's some kind of investigative technique? The theory is that a crime can tell you something about the nature of the person who committed it. Stabbing, overkill, points to passion, rage, lust. They probably knew their victim. Poison and guns, meanwhile, suggest that they can't overpower their victims physically. And then there's the things you can assume about nearly all serial offenders. Yeah, actual profiling is mostly prejudice and bullshit. Prediction profiling is effectively nil. Yeah. Yeah. Childhood trauma, prior criminal record, few or no meaningful attachments. Morgan's like, yeah. Yeah, cops love pseudoscience. Yeah, that's why they still use lie detector tests. Even though literally the guy who invented lie detector tests was, when the police started using them, was like, fucking don't do that. It doesn't actually work. The detectives say that HK doesn't leave evidence. So how much can his crimes possibly tell you? That he's diligent, almost perfect, highly intelligent, painstakingly organized, and with enough criminal connections to get his hands on an untagged firearm. It's rare to see her this animated outside the courtroom. It's almost like she's enjoying herself. A sheltered house cat who's picked up the scent of a mouse for the first time. Shit. A lone wolf. Educated, but All her playfully lethal instincts coming to life. Probably overqualified or undervalued. Though I'm not thrilled about the fact that in that metaphor, I would be the... Know what I mean? Definitely. And, considering the marksmanship... So is she getting turned on by something? Not quite. The detective said that HK would have needed insider information on the optics. So does that mean heartbreaks in law enforcement? Never in 10 billion years. Oh. Antisocial, independent, despises authority? That'd be like a stallion applying for a job on a merry-go-round. They'd be kicking kids in the head after the full rotation. Right, that's exactly how I'd put it. There must be some connection to the police, though. Maybe secondary or tertiary? These types can't help but insert themselves. Morgan is fucking sweating right now. Insert themselves? I don't do anything even resembling to that. Wait, if HK's not a cop... Excuse you? I do not top Morgan, apparently. If HK's not a cop, how did they know about the blackout timing? Crime meta-statistics analysis. Probably. Pardon? Take the emergency response times from across the city and map them out. Look for brief spikes and delays, chart out the dips, and... Sorry. Technical, I know. Oh, Morgan is 100% a power bottom. Oh, for sure. But all the requisite data is publicly available. With a map, a spreadsheet, a calculator, anyone could reverse engineer the timing if they wanted to. That is such an unpleasant thought, Emma. Heartbreak's MO. Well, at least this heartbreak maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon. He didn't lose it. He chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he can do just fine without it. And it just makes me even more certain that these aren't his only kills. Were there other shootings with the same MO? No, not that I found. Other victims that fit the description? No. But I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway. I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other, but they also look like a lot of other people. That's true. Hell, they kind of look like me. Oh! That's a normal thing to say. Okay. Do they? Sure. What? You don't see it? I hadn't thought about it. Point is, no one can kill that cleanly when it's their first time. Getting things that perfect takes practice. I killed those people because I saw them and I wanted to. Literally! Yeah, wow, and why was that, Morgan? Wow, it's not like maybe they looked like this girl who you clearly have beef with. So, I know that HK must have had a lot more than 6 occasions to practice, Morgan. And that's why I think heartbreak is a misnomer. You've got something catchier in mind? I just don't think that shooting them in the heart has any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy and their cold-blooded efficiency. Yeah, harkens all the way back to London talking about displacing urges onto outlets with fewer consequences. The best possible use of 6 untagged bullets. 6 kills guaranteed. Toxic Yuri real! Toxic Yuri real! Toxic Yuri real! No matter what kind of life support mods they were packing, their real signature isn't the bullets or the gun. It's the perfection. That's hard to wrap your head around. I'm saying that these 6 murders were just a fluke, a slip-up, a mistake? Exactly, a mistake. They got too clean, too efficient, and now they've got the public's attention. It's no wonder they're so pissed. Are you talking about the crime scene? Yeah, probably threw the detectives for a loop, right? Based on what you've said, I don't blame them. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing. On the contrary. I don't follow. This was the last bullet, their last shot. The other 5 were perfect. So if anything was out of place this time around, they must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum. Did not! You make them sound like a child, which they weren't. They were an adult. They had an adult tantrum. Childish, and cowardly, and two-faced. Someone who hates to lose almost as much as they love to win. The unintended barbs. Yes, let's go. Your profile tells you all that? That? No. That part's just... takes one to know one. So, to summarize, you're looking for a cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type. In a city with an 8-digit population, well, good luck! I don't need luck. I only need more information. Well, I'm sure the city would be happy to provide you with more resources. No, Morgan. I mean, I need more crime scenes. Oh. Sad truth is, if Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. Only way my net narrows is if they keep piling up bodies. Not a very fair trade, is it? No, it isn't. But getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil. It's off the devil, that's the name of the game! So stupid, I'm sorry. Fair enough. Whew. Okay, that rant was pretty morbid. Whew, and detailed. I need to get out more. Or sleep more. Or sleep less, but harder. Do you think a higher thread count would help? Don't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to you ramble. It's a lot more pleasant than having to face you in the courtroom. Sorry, but that's the adversarial process. So, no hard feelings, yeah? No hard feelings. We're both just doing what we do. Huh? I could use a cup of coffee. How about you? Oh, don't tempt me. If you fall asleep face first onto the table, I won't even take a picture. Okay. Just don't expect this to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats. Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. In 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation. Girls at each other's throats. God, you know what I need to do? I need to redraw Emma and Morgan as the one makeup, the lesbian makeup meme. You know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say the lesbian makeup meme. You know what I mean. The photo of the girl laying on the bed and then the other girl's doing her makeup. I need to redraw that with Morgan and Emma at some point. It's what people do. Ah! Just kiss already! But Emma is different. Oh! She's different, you say? What makes her so different? This... Literally just like lean forward and just... smooch. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. Morgan demonstrating how to talk to short people. I didn't even notice. But a private corner of that frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it. Never finishing, but never quitting either. So So I can't afford to take my eyes off of her. It's just I have to watch her to make sure that I don't get caught. I have to keep my eyes on her and look at her and ogle her. I have to. As long as that's the case, I... Fucking go, Toxic Yuri! Let's fucking go! As long as that's the case, I may as well try to enjoy the view. Episode 0 end! Woo! Oh, that was phenomenal! More? Hello? Oh, hello! Android. Which means you're going to be living with my friend for a while. For how long? I'm sorry, I don't know. Also, yes, I am giving all the androids TikTok lady voice. There's no need to look that upset over it. My face barely moved. It may as well have been a blatant pout from where I'm sitting. Yeah, like that. This friend of yours, they're trustworthy? Absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on, it'll be fun. Really? Really. Educational, too. I think you could stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan. We're gonna get an android? Whoa! Morgan assigned babysitting duty, yeah! Art and art direction by Evil Little Bug, fucking A1 job. Art and art direction was amazing. 3D modeling amazing. Environments were amazing. The writing was amazing. Playtesting, I'm sure, was amazing. Special thanks. You, the players! Yay! Me! Full attributions available at ofthedevil.card.co. Made with Unity, non-novel, tween, Probuilder shapes. The game by Ninth Circle. Oh, thank you for following, Delta the Android! Welcome to the Punch Bowl! Let's fucking go! Oh my god! My 110 follower goal was just completed. Thank you so much! Oh my gosh! Of the Devil, episode 0. And he shall appear. To be continued. You're the smartest person I know, Morgan, when it comes to people. Personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world. You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. I think I can guess what happens next. This fucking guy! I've never stolen anything that wasn't already compromised. Work hard, and the company will have you set for life, and after, too. Can't tell you how many musicians I've seen screwed over by a big smile and a fat signing bonus. Oh my god, so many people! So that's not just a lawyer job thing, you dress like a doorman on the weekends, too? Compared to determining fault, compared to determining fault, determining cause of death is like a rush of fresh air. The company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. We can't hope to keep this quiet for very long. But it's a million times more likely than the alternative. That Heartbreak could ever stop themselves from killing. Father said you owned him. I don't do anything out of the goodness of my heart. But when I take a job, I never half-ass it. Of the Devil, episode 1! Oh, I can't fucking wait. An idle mind. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Whoa. Episode 0 results. 2 out of 2 articles. 6 out of 6 profiles. 18 out of 18 key terms. 17 out of 17 pieces of evidence. 35 total credits earned! Congratulations! You finished episode 0 with 35 credit! You've also unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on your highest score for episode 0. Hell yeah. You also have 35 remaining score credits to spend on phone charms and case colors based on the highest credit you finished the episode with. Bonus scenario. I want to look at bonus scenarios. Find out where files capture videos unloaded. Begin playback. You want to interview me? It's very flattering, but aren't there more lively folks around here for your question? I had considered that. So, I'm not your first choice. You are the first one who hasn't walked away. Come to think of it, I should probably... So what are your 3 sizes? What are your 3 sizes? Have you been opening with that? Should I not? Do you have any pets? Afraid not. Would need 1 or 2. Or 3 promotions to afford that kind of thing. Are pets that expensive? Only if you care about them. True! My cats are so expensive because I give so much of a shit about them. Maybe if I found a place closer to the park. Have you ever owned any automated dependents? Not had the chance. Would you own one if you could? Oh, maybe one of the little vacuum ones. Anything more complicated than that is. If you find the owner's manuals intimidating, there are video-based tutorials I can show you. I'm not worried about the ease of use, don't worry. When I say complicated, I mean... It's like what I said about pets. Fine to leave a goldfish in a tiny bowl. Time it takes to swim half a lap, it'll have forgotten what the first half looks like. Not a very tall hierarchy of needs there. Easy to please. Yeah, London, one of the few people old enough to have a sense of ethics towards non-humans. Yeah. I used to say thank you to my Alexa, man. I'm not gonna start being mean to them now. But a cat, a dog, I don't want to be at work thinking about how bored they are sitting at home. And today's ads are a lot smarter than dogs. About most things. That's a very thoughtful perspective, Detective London. Well, it's a moot point anyway. I'd need to get hit by a city bus to afford any of the new stuff Noble's selling. No, you're thinking of the sheltered generation. Sheltered as in sheltered upbringing? Or shelter in place? There was a lot of uncertainty during their childhood. So when they grew up, they wanted surety, safety, stability. Wanted to know that their heat would stay on in the winter. And their politics reflected that. But that was all before my time. My generation is a little more, well, Generation Zen. That's what they called us in their think pieces. Even-tempered, mentally strong, and more than a little cynical. You disagree? Well, it wasn't a matter of mindfulness. We just grew up without false expectations. Fucking Gen Z can feel that, am I right? Our vision wasn't clouded with illusions about... God! As a Gen Z, I'm like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Our vision wasn't clouded with illusions about impossibilities like homeownership or retirement. We realized early on we'd be working right up until we... Detective? Unrealistic expectations. Some people call that hope. To see your friends, your classmates, drowning every day in that kind of mire, and then have to listen to people 3 times your age go on about how enlightened today's youth are. Stop being so real, London! Gen Zen. It's not a name I'm particularly fond of. So, how long have you been in law enforcement? Too long. And how long have you been with the homicide department? Not that long by comparison. Sorry, don't mean to be overly vague. If you really want to know, I spent the bulk of my career over in arson. Was it different from homicide? Flashier, I'd say. Everyone jokes that homicides solve themselves in a city with this many cameras. Meanwhile, fraud and disinfo are so entrenched in the tech arms race, they barely come up for air. But arson really hasn't changed much in the modern era. I mean, fire be fire, man. Fire's still very good at destroying evidence. You can't expect the drone net to sweep into burnt rubble and bring you back out the culprit's fingerprints and driver's license. It's a lot of legwork, a lot of interviewing. And since more than half of the culprits we caught were burners helping Megs commit insurance fraud, we spent a lot of time making friends and enemies in high-rise corporate boardrooms. Megs? Oh, just slang for mega corporation, which is also just slang. At what size does a corporation become mega? Well, it's not really about gross revenue or how many countries you operate in. If you're big enough to crush people, you're a meg. An apex predator amongst apex predators. Like the Otidus megalodon of the Mycenaean epoch. Hey, that's... wait. Is that where it comes from? So why are you working in the homicide department? What's that? Why'd you leave arson? The smoke. The smoke? I just got to a point where I couldn't stand the smell. Okay. Did that complete? Okay. I do want to look in the concept gallery. Oh! Hell yeah! How does that hair work? Real! Oh. Whoa, ah! No, I didn't want... Oh, so cool. Yep. Claw clip. Ah, yeah. Yeah. This man is Hawks. This man is Hawks. The fucking sweater is short sleeve. Just like Hawks' fucking bodysuit. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I love her, like, front piece that's blonde and it, like, keeps on changing colors depending on the... Ah, so cool. Ah, yeah, and them together. Race and her three identical twin sisters all have different favorite colors. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, likewise. Yeah, I love how they started out with Carlos looking gruffer and tougher, and then they were like, no, more pathetic. Likewise with Emma, it's very clear, no, messier and scuffier than that. And they were so right on both accounts. They were so right on both accounts. Ah! Lesbians! Ah, so cool. And then we'll meet this one next time. Okay, so it has been 3 hours. So oh, she looks so cool. She looks so fucking cool. What the fuck? Oh my god. Her fucking tie's untied. Oh my god, I'm so fucking gay. I'm so lesbian. I'm so fucking lesbian, dude. No, but like I was saying before I got distracted by the gorgeousness of Morgan, that's gonna do it, because we just hit 3 hours, so, yeah, I am going to, goal, but we are going to raid. So let me just go back to talking, and let me go back to the music, and then do it down a little bit, and then yeah, we're gonna raid, leaving the other bonus scenarios for the start of next stream. Then yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Is I'm gonna do the rest of the bonus scenarios at the start of next stream, and then we can get into chapter 1. So yeah, here, let me see who is live right now that we can. What did I do? I didn't want to do that. I don't want to. No, I don't want the Twitch quick actions to be like that. I want them to be, no. I know I just closed the dockable menu. I just wanted the Twitch quick. No, it made it big. I didn't want it big. Make it small again. No, fuck. No, okay. There we go. I'm having, there we go. That's better. I just want to raid someone. Okay, who is live right now that I can raid? Wally Spider, Robo, who are we? Here, let's go ahead and raid into Fire Luna. They're playing Blueprints, which I've not played, but I've heard is good. There seems like that's gonna be good. So yeah, start raid. Okay. So, yes. Thank you so much for watching live. If you're watching live, and if you're watching the VOD later, then hello! I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So if you're interested, then come and check me out. But yeah, if you're watching live, thank you so much for being here. This game, just Chapter 0 alone was phenomenal. I cannot wait to get into Chapter 1. We're definitely going to continue with Chapter 1 next week. No doubt in my mind. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much, but I will see you guys on Thursday. And can this keep getting out? It's like, why is the music stopping? I will see you guys on Thursday, where we'll be playing Saihate Station, where instead of Toxic Yuri, we're gonna go back to Toxic Yaoi, baby! Alright, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye!